Every single time I go into the gym, I see so many people do so many things that just absolutely ruin the quality and the effectiveness of the workouts. And I can almost guarantee that you do at least one of these things because they're very, very common. So I'm gonna just get straight into the first one, which is they talk more than they train. Okay, they get into these random conversations that go on for 10, 20, 30 minutes, and that just ruin their focus. And of course, I'm not saying you can't say hi to a couple of friends when you walk into the gym, but you need to avoid getting into these super long conversations because that's gonna take you out of that flow state that you should be in when you're working out. You should see it as you're in the gym to do a job. You're in there to stimulate the muscle growth and then to get the fuck out and rest. And you should approach that job as a professional. So quit yapping and stay focused. The second thing that I see almost everyone do is instead of working out, they just sit and look at their phone. You should never, ever go on social media, text people, or go onto SoundCloud or Spotify to change songs when you're working out. The only acceptable thing would be to answer a call, but if the call turns out to not be about anything important, I suggest you take it later. Because if you get into that call, that's gonna turn into a conversation, and you're gonna lose your focus and you're gonna get taken out of the zone. You're gonna be taken out of that flow state, and your workout quality and effectiveness is going to suffer. If you bring your phone to the gym, you should either have it on silent, airplane mode, or you can use an app called SenseBase that blocks all the apps and notifications that you don't want while you work out, and you can choose what apps you want to have access to when you work out. So I can choose like the app which I track all my lifts in, I can have access to that, and maybe I can have access to Spotify to have music, but all other apps are blocked. I'm not affiliated to this app in any way. I'm gonna link it down in the description. I'm just telling you about it because I think it's very useful and I use it myself when I work out. The third thing, which I see a lot of people do, which I just think is so stupid, is they go into the gym without even having a properly structured workout program to follow. So they go in without even really knowing what exercises, what weight and what reps they're going to do. And because they don't know this, they end up spending a bunch of time thinking about what exercises they should pick for today. And they pick way too heavy weights sometimes, and they might end up injuring themselves. Or they pick way too light weights and they don't even reach failure. And because they don't have a program, they might end up training chest 3 times that week and skipping legs entirely because they didn't feel like it. And while some people might like to train like that, and that is fine, if you want to make actual good progress, solid progress, you need to be following a workout program. You can't be doing a bunch of random exercises every single time you work out, because you're not going to be able to track if you're progressing, you're not going to be able to know if you're getting stronger and you're making progress. So if you want to get actual really good progress and you're serious about training, you need a workout program, okay? The fourth thing, which I see a lot of people do, is they just rest too much in between sets. The goal of exercise is muscle fatigue, is to fatigue the muscle that you're training. And if that is the goal, then how is resting helping you? Okay, there is no optimal rest time in between sets. It all depends on the individual. And I can give you this kind of guidelines. You want minimal rest in between sets. So you want to rest just enough so you feel mentally ready and physically ready, so you're able to go to muscular failure as opposed to cardiovascular failure in your next set. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're training your legs and you've just finished your leg press and your heart rate is super high, you're breathing really heavily, and after this you're gonna do leg extension. If you were to only wait 30 seconds after that leg press and then go on to the leg extension, you might need to stop that set of leg extension because you're breathing so heavily instead of that your quads are actually giving out and your quads can't physically do any more reps. That is what's called cardiovascular failure, is when you need to stop the set because you're breathing so heavily. What you want is muscular failure, when your muscles physically can't do any more. That is what you want to reach. That is why you need to rest in between sets, so you can reach muscular failure instead of cardiovascular failure. And so you're really gonna have to go off how you feel with how much you're gonna rest. One exercise, if you're training maybe your biceps, you're not really gonna get much heart rate up. So you might only need to rest 30 seconds or a minute between those sets. But if you're training your legs, which is a really big muscle group, your heart is gonna have to pump a lot more blood, you're gonna have to be breathing a lot more, then you might need to rest, 3 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on what exercise or just your own cardiovascular training. But anyways, that is the end of this video. If you found this video helpful, then definitely make sure to click the like button. And if you want to support my channel, then make sure to click the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you can be notified the next time I upload. But with that being said, I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace.